Hello. So jumping on for book club in the afternoon. Normally do these first thing in the morning, but personal errands prevented me today. And look at that beautiful view. I'm just going to say that. I'm on the beautiful Gold Coast of Australia. You might be listening to this as a private podcast because all of these book club videos are put into the private podcast. And the reason that I do that, and I've talked about this before, but it's really because I think about how can I help you? Yeah, so how can I help you to get results? And rather than need to go back into Facebook and look for them, I thought if I put all these into a private podcast and, you know, I hold you in my mind and I think, okay, so I imagine you reading the book and you're going through and you're feeling all the things that you're feeling, because I know what it would have been like to have picked up my book 14 years ago at the beginning of my journey. Honestly, it would have been, I feel like it would have been overwhelming. Yeah, there's a lot in there. And the key is not to get overwhelmed, which is why I always say that we find success through the mechanics. Yes, that is like what we need to do. Yeah. But through the mindset and the productivity. So my podcast is there so that you can easily access on your native podcast app this thought leadership as we move forward. So we're in the get ready phase, yeah? So book club officially starts on Monday. That is when I start to dive into chapter 1. I have just reread my book twice, okay, in order to do this for you. And what you'll get from me is linked to what I want to talk about today. And that is the results I want for you, yeah? So what do I want you to get out of book club, yeah? Well, I definitely want to ask you, what do you want to get out of book club? Like, why have you signed up? Yeah. And the why can be kind of the detail stuff, like, well, I really want to get educated, want Jeannie to hold me accountable to actually reading this book. And then it's like, I want to use the book in order to solve problems in my practice. Yeah. But what if I played the why game? So what if I said, well, why? Eventually you would get to things like, well, I want to earn good money. Yeah. Reasonable goal. Yeah. So basically good money is realistically somewhere in the 6-figure range. So you want to be able to earn a nice 6-figure income. Yeah. But that's not all you want, or you'd go and get a job, yeah? So you want to earn the 6-figure income, but you also want some time wealth, yeah? So they're two things that we want out of book club, yeah? So we want to help you with a plan of action and how to take action and then actually take the action in order to make more money, in order to understand how to go on a pathway to pull time out of your practice. I was talking to a bookkeeper about this the other day, yeah, with my tough coach hat on. And then the other thing I think that we need to think about wanting out of book club, wanting out of working with me, is that there is a reason we've chosen to go into business for ourselves beyond the money and maybe even beyond the time. And I think it's about purpose, and it's about, which is our dharma, right? And so I think, you know, perhaps you were put on this planet to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. Big picture stuff. So really, I think it's about income. It's about time, which is lifestyle, and it's about purpose. Yeah. And the income and the lifestyle is also about being able to prioritize what's important to you. Yeah. Now, all of this is important to stop and think about, because if you don't do that, you don't know what you're working for. And I have this conversation with business owners and bookkeepers regularly, and it's a light bulb moment. One of my beautiful business buddies and clients, we've had this conversation a few times. Whenever she gets busy in the busy work, yeah, running the business, doing the things, getting the turnover, getting to a point where she hates her business, I have to stop and ask her, so what are you doing this for again? And she says, I've forgotten. I don't know. And we don't need these plans to be grand, but we do need to have this North Star, so to speak, yeah? So let's think of it as income, of time, or you could call that lifestyle, And I think it's okay to say purpose as well. I get so much purpose out of what I do. So absolutely what I want you to get out of book club is I want you to get the education, yeah? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show up next week, and as we explore the first chapter, I have got in a very organized way the key things that I want to go through with you, and it will be, so I'm calling this, we're going beyond the pages, yeah? So I will not be saying what I say in the book. I will be going to the next level. I will be taking the next step with you, and I will be taking it further. So over a week, you're going to get that education from me as I seek to make it all make more sense, yeah? I think when I say that, I think of when I was being taught a million years ago about journals, double entry journals, we bookkeepers and accountants, and I feel like it was like that, like, oh, it took me, and then everything just clicked into place, right? When I was young and learning all of that. And the same, right? I can give you the book, you can read it, but if you're scratching your head on anything, then I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to work my ass off in order to help you to have the light bulb moments where it all just cascades into place. Yeah, and you go, oh, like sometimes bookkeepers say, now I know, Jeannie, now I know why that didn't work, or whatever it was, okay? So definitely I want you to get the education. So let's all focus on that. Because if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't know what you need to know, how can you take action? That is just like a black and white linear thing. So we need the education, yeah? And then beyond that, I want you to have your options around either building out, so using the book to build out the digital assets and collateral you need. Like, this is so important, yeah? I could go on about this forever, and this is the rules of the game. All the high-level thought leaders worldwide will tell you exactly this. You need to build digital assets in your business, in your practice, yeah, and they will make you money. In the program at the moment, one of our amazing tribe members, Deb, was just talking about the results she's getting gathering results-based marketing reviews. And I was surprised how many people in the implementer were still struggling with that. Now, reviews, for example, that's a digital asset. When you build out 5-star reviews in your Google My Business, secondary on your Facebook and elsewhere, this is a digital asset that will give you a competitive advantage and allow you to find, onboard and retain clients without price as a priority. So a digital asset in your business, just like when you go and buy a rental property, an investment property, or you buy shares, it's intended to give you a return on investment, yeah? So you build a digital asset once. For example, you get a great review of someone, and you get that, it elevates your results-based marketing and your profile too, okay? So that's one tiny example, but I definitely want to make sure that you can either go on a journey to build the digital assets yourself, or you know what it looks like to join my program, yeah? Okay? And then beyond that, so I tend to say education, assets, implementation. So the whole way along, I'm going to be helping you to implement, push you. I'm going to be asking you to comment in the Facebook group. So ultimately, if you want to get the most out of book club, here's what I want you to do. I want you to be, so you're reading the book with me, okay, holding you accountable. And then you are using the podcast, okay, rinsing and repeating. Then you're getting into this Facebook group, the Strategic Bookkeepers Way Facebook group. And you're commenting on the video and you're saying, Jeannie, help me with this, tell me this, answer this question, etc., etc. Open hearts, open minds. I can tell you right now, if you share and ask, you'll be amazed the support you get. That's what happens in my events, yeah? Someone asked me the other day in an event about social media, yeah? If they hadn't have asked, I wouldn't have been able to share the game-changing information that I shared. So I'll encourage you that even though it can be hard to speak up and hard to have the courage to do that, if you do it, it will be fabulous. So that's what I'd like from you so that I can help you implement. Yeah. You're also going to end up understanding maybe who you need to help you along the way. And you are going to have the supportive community of the Strategic Bookkeepers Way there to help you as well. Okay. And ultimately all roads lead to increasing your profitability. Yeah, I'd like to show you how to be small but mighty. You don't always need to bring on more clients or increase your revenue to increase profitability. Back in 2015, I doubled my net profits without impacting revenue. Okay, so depending on where you are, you might be a startup with no clients. I'll help you with how you take a client and, like a seed in the ground, you nurture that seed to an oak tree. Okay, so but this is about profitability. Yeah, profit and cash is like oxygen for your business, and if you are not highly profitable, you can't serve anyone. Okay, so the first person you need to take care of is yourself, and I want to help you with that. All right, so profit and cash, which is your income. I'd love to help you reserve some of that income for wealth creation. Yeah, that's something I want to work on with you. And then it's about pulling time out. So all the things that I have achieved in my life, in my practice, yeah, there is no reason you can't achieve them. I don't have a superhero cape. Yeah, I'm not a superhuman. I would say I'm a human that has a lot of intention in my life. And actually, I say to people, the way that I get a lot done is I say no to more things than I say yes to. So there's something we can explore, because that's part of productivity. As I said, I want you to remember there's mechanics, mindset, productivity. And what I said just then is the science and art of some of the things around productivity. Yeah. So when you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else. So I don't want to do 100% of the things. Yeah, I certainly couldn't be a full-time mum to a special needs child who doesn't go to school if I did that, and run 2 businesses and all the other things. So actually, I'm really good at doing the 5% of things that make 95% of the difference. And I'd love to help you to do that. So rather than keep hustling and working harder, how about we find a way to make more money doing less work? And that is, you know what, it's not that hard. We're going to do that together. So this video and podcast is about, going to wrap it up where we started. What do you want to get out of book club? Maybe set your intention. I'm going to come into book club, open hearts and open minds, and I can do this. I am going to rocket my income. I'm going to rocket my time wealth. There is no failure. There's only I haven't got there yet. I'm going to be relentless, and I'm going to keep going until I get there. That is exactly how I got where I am. Everyone says it was smarts. I was relentless, okay? So definitely think about what you want to get out of book club, and I will see you tomorrow.